What's up, everybody? This is Bill and Casey with the Buckner Group. So we wanted to make this video and kind of talk about obviously the big topic going on right now, the coronavirus, and some topics as it pertains to business kind of at the end. But first, kind of the coronavirus and our response as to how that pertains to the real estate business and us and all that in general. So we put together a couple topics and a couple things that we're going to be implementing in our business just to keep the best safety and things like that held for us and for obviously you as our customers and clients and people putting their house on the market, buying, selling, and all that, so business remains as normal as possible. So we're going to first kind of go over some of the steps that we're implementing in our real estate business.
That's right, and of course, some of these things could change, as things change, but This is the way we see it today.
Yeah, about literally 3 things have changed since we started working on this morning. So
right, so we're going to kind of be looking at our notes here just to kind of make sure we hit all the points. So one of the kind of the first things that real estate agents have talked about is open houses. Do we hold open houses? We still may hold some open houses, particularly like we've got one listing right now that's an empty house. We'll do that. We'll likely, though, try to not have too many people in the house at one time. Just let one group at a time go through the house.
Yeah, and then, as it stands right now, because they said, as long as it's smaller groups and nobody's sick and things like that, then it's fine to be in smaller groups. So
right, have the Perel hand, hand
plenty of hand sanitizer and all that.
That's right.
Yep. Oh, I guess I kind of stole your words off that.
Did you?
In the small groups. I was just thinking that, but I'd already put it on.
Well, that's okay.
Anyways, so the second thing is with open houses, but especially with showings, we're going to kind of implement, which should almost be there anyway, a no-touch policy. So when we are taking buyers out, we're going to highly encourage that, we'll do the initial open up the doors, but that buyers aren't touching a bunch of things and opening up a bunch of things, especially during the next couple weeks. Also, when we have listings, we're going to put on all the notes, again, to hopefully emphasize to the buyers that come by, not to
get their hands, listing agent.
Right, to the agent, not to get their hands on a bunch of things. If they have smaller kids, things like that, not to just run their hands all through the house. So kind of a no-touch policy. Obviously, that's good some agents, to have.
Yeah, some agents may even have a box of gloves in their cars.
Right.
We probably should as well, just to have them there for folks. If your house is listed, and this is whether it's listed with us or period. If your house is listed, you come home from work, unless you're home from work during this time, just take a clean wipe of some type and a sanitizer wipe and wipe the doorknobs and all the surfaces in the house.
Even though obviously we're going to hope and push that people aren't touching a bunch of stuff in your house, always better to be precautionary.
Right.
Wipe down everything just to make sure. Another thing that's kind of cool, kind of unique that we're doing is we're going to try to implement, and we are definitely going to request a pre-approval letter for all of our showings. So when we have your house listed, and there was, a bunch of buyers that want to come see it. Again, pretty much a pre-approval letter saying that they're pretty serious. They've talked to a lender, and based on the information they've given them, that they would be eligible to buy that house. So it kind of takes, for the next couple months, takes some of the people that are just out looking around for fun, kind of keeps them out of your house and just keeps the real serious buyers. So we'll know, hey, obviously there's certain special circumstances and things like that, but that's one thing that, we can do. We will try to push more of is making sure we have the most qualified buyers. That way, that we're, making sure we know who's coming in and out of your house when it is listed.
Right. And so then when we are together or around other agents, buyers and sellers, the big phrase that's suddenly become popular is the social distancing. So there's going to be times we're going to try to keep things as normal as possible. That's what we should all do, not live in fear. But when we are together, let's be sensible. Let's do the air shake or the elbow touch or whatever, and then they say generally try to keep 6 feet. So we're going to
and then number the sixth thing, it's kind of a reminder that almost all the information that we can give you about ourselves, about real estate, about the market, about specific houses, we can do all of that electronically and online. We can send you things, in the olden days, you'd have to meet up and look at a bunch of things in person. And then it really goes to when we're signing paperwork and contracts and offers and things like that. It actually is a lot easier now, especially for you as the buyer or seller. You can just look through the whole contract online, even on your phone. Click all the check boxes, sign everything. So we'll be pushing even more to electronic base, as far as giving information, signing contracts, offers, things like that. Again, just to protect you, protect us, protect everybody from, I know more and more places as they close down, it's harder to even meet up at a Starbucks and things like that, to even meet in person and sign paperwork. And
it's our version
like
of working from home, so to speak, too,
Yep.
which a lot of businesses are doing. The real estate world already does a lot of
Yep.
sign
So
from
just
your home.
know we can do. I think that pretty much everything. We've had buyers that put in offers on houses literally through FaceTime, which we'll get to in a second. But literally every process, every step from starting all the way to closing. I think right now for closing you have to go in person. But that's normally 30, 45 minutes, and
Right.
they're going to have all those super clean.
As a buyer, you have to be there.
But
yeah, for sure.
everything else, everything from the start all the way up to closing can all be done, really from your own home. So that's kind of cool with the technology shift.
Yep. So challenges sometimes help you step up your game, and so we've already done videos before in the past, but we're going to consistently do videos of our listings. And those videos can be emailed to a listing agent
Right.
or to buyers. They can be put on our social media, which we've done some of that, but that's one thing that we can do that, in addition to the pictures that everybody sees
Right.
online, is a video tour of the home.
Yeah, a little more in depth than just our general, try to keep it under a 2-minute video. Maybe a little more lengthy, but it's more in depth, so you
Right.
can see without having to go to the house if a certain, size of one room just wasn't going to work, well, now you could see that in a video and not have to actually go out there in person. So
Right. That's right.
all kind of with that. Then the eighth thing kind of with that, so when we have the sellers, we'll do a walkthrough video of the house itself that we can get out to people to limit the amount of people coming in our sellers' homes. When we have our buyers, kind of offering, which as New Age is going, is getting more and more people are doing it. We will actually go to the house for you, and we can do walkthrough videos. So we'll take you on a tour. That way, even better than just a listing video. If you say, "Hey, show me this, show me that," we can actually go walk through and show that for you.
Which we sold a home last
Right.
summer that way.
Right.
Some of the family was here, and the buyer their family was in Baltimore.
Yep.
We did it all FaceTime.
Yeah, I think they saw it literally like a week before closing. So we've done that before.
And we're not suggesting that that's how you should buy your home necessarily.
Right.
We're talking about at least the initial look.
Just the initial look to help mark off some of the ones that just wouldn't work that you would walk in. Just to help limit the contact and actually probably makes things a lot easier for you as well.
Right, because we'll have live conversation.
Yeah, not waste less of your time, but won't use as much as your time.
That's right.
So that's kind of some of the things that we're implementing. I'm going to start doing. We're going to actually publish this list and all that out later to kind of show you. And as things update, we'll change, and we're going to different meetings and things like that on things that will help us even more as agents navigate through the times over the next couple of days. So as we learn and grow, we'll come out with more things for the real estate side of things also.
Yeah, so that's kind of eight things that we'd come up with so far. So just kind of winding this up, I will say this, that we're people of faith and we're not going to live in fear, but everyone needs to do their due diligence as our local and state and even federal authorities tell us what is best to turn this thing around. So with that, though, we're always kind of concluding this. We're always going to keep you and your best interest in mind. I just had a conversation this afternoon, on a Sunday afternoon, with one of our clients getting
Actually,
ready.
two different of our clients that we'll have listing.
True.
So.
And, we're going to do a coming soon tomorrow. We're acting like business as usual. And we actually have a 30-day period. We could have it as a coming soon. We're going to try to list it in a week. But if things change, and if it's not in her best interest, if she's not going to get the showings, if it's not going to move her property, if she's not going to be able to go out and look for a new house in that time frame, then we're going to adjust based on her needs. Not based on our needs, but based on her needs.
Yep. And then again, the reminder just that things will always be updating. Always pay attention to what all the local and federal officials and all of that, all those people are saying. Another side note, because we are obviously a small business, family business in the real estate world, there's hundreds, thousands of other small businesses that are out there that are all feeling the impact. Literally by the hour, I think more and more things are closing down, or they're restricting, restaurants and things like that, bars, things like that. And I think more and more of that may be coming out, just for a shorter amount of period. So just keep those small businesses in mind, and the people that are living a paycheck to paycheck, that they have to pay their workers, and they have to worry about childcare, things like that. Just keep them in mind. Obviously, stay as safe as possible. A couple ways that we've found how you can support businesses, not just us, but all the small businesses out there in Birmingham. Special social media shout outs. If they're posting things on their page, a lot of people are going to be at home more. So, put a little thing of how, great that business owner is, and a little shout out for their business. Writing reviews and testimonials for the businesses. Sending out referrals, buying, I saw one thing that was cool, buying gift cards. So if you know that you may go to a certain restaurant or do a certain business. I touched my face. You're not supposed to do that. I know. Anyway, if you know you're going to in the future, maybe buy a gift card for that now. So, but go buy $100. That'll help put the money in their pocket now, and then go enjoy that, a couple months down the road once everything's kind of lightened up. And then obviously shopping online, taking advantage of businesses, curbside pickup, at-home delivery, things like that as well. So just be watching for those businesses as they're trying to adapt and evolve, what they're doing to support them also.
Right. In the meantime, we have Birmingham Eats that we bring to you to social media every week, where we eat at a different restaurant, and really we just talk about some of the best menu items at that restaurant. We plan to continue doing that as long as restaurants are open. And for that matter, if they just have the drive-through open, we may do that as well.
Or get them to deliver it to the house. So
that's right. And keep that going, because we give, the Buckner Group, we give shout-outs to those restaurants and those menu items. And so we're going to keep doing that and continue to interview as we've done the last couple of weeks. We did Corey Reese at Full Moon Barbecue, and then Will. We just got to talk to Will briefly at Hero Donuts. We're going to continue to talk to various business owners around, and reach out to us if you'd like for us to come out and
do a little highlight. Show what kind of unique thing you're offering in the time. That'd be cool. We'd love to meet with y'all and help get that out there as well. And then obviously, as Sadie's barking in the background, if you ever do need any help, food, childcare, obviously, a lot of the unknown the next couple weeks. Let us know if there's ever anything you need. If it's something that we can't directly help you with or whatever, we'll point you in the right direction, try to get you hooked up with a local community or church, or a lot of businesses that are doing different, food things for kids and things like that. So
we've got a network of 300 agents in our office. We can. That's one.
So don't feel like as people may be more and more quarantined and confined to their house and things, don't feel like you're alone. Know that you can always reach out to us or anybody else that you feel comfortable with. And again, thank you all for tuning in, watching this. We'll have more and more updates. We'll publish this list that we're doing from the real estate standpoint, and then also supporting businesses and things like that in the next days and weeks and months to come. So hope everybody stays safe, and we're not practicing social distancing. We're too close.
That's right.
But oh well, that's
right.
good for the video. So hope y'all have a great week coming up, and let us know if y'all ever need anything.